It is commendable to address the theme of self-discipline based on the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, one of the notable leaders of antiquity. Stoic philosophy, especially evident in his Meditations, offers valuable lessons to enhance self-discipline and, consequently, the quality of life. By exploring the steps to build and value self-discipline, you are following a practical and structured approach, reflecting the Stoic method of applying philosophical principles in everyday life. The emphasis on staying focused and being strong resonates with the need for perseverance and self-control, fundamental values in the pursuit of self-discipline. The suggestion to watch the video until the end also reflects the importance of dedication and commitment in the journey of self-development. This approach is in harmony with the Stoic idea of continuous learning and practical application of philosophical principles. Incorporating the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, you not only provide an interesting historical perspective, but also highlight the timeless relevance of Stoic wisdom. This philosophy remains an inspiring source for those seeking to cultivate self-discipline and improve their lives. You will perform this task regardless of any fatigue you may feel. The greatest catalyst for self-discipline is having a reason to complete the task. If you don't know where to start, just start. If you aspire to be a writer, write every day. If you want to become an artist, draw and create daily. Whatever your aspiration, you don't need more motivation, research, or advice. Just start practicing what interests you and face each day as it comes, because it is your purpose that will fuel your internal motivation, effort, and dedication, just as your goals. Self-discipline involves finding compelling reasons to complete a task and committing to see it through to the end. Number 2, trust yourself and your desire to achieve. Satisfy your appetite. Keep the focus on your own mind. After establishing a solid purpose, it's time to develop a pragmatic action plan to help you reach your goals. Committing to your goals is not enough. It's about committing to each of the small steps you will take toward those goals. It's essential to fully dedicate yourself to doing what needs to be done, regardless of the challenges that arise. Self-discipline is the ability to take action, do what needs to be done, regardless of your physical, mental, or emotional state. Everything you want in your life, everything you aspire to have, be, and do, depends on your ability to take the necessary steps, perform the necessary actions to achieve your goals, whether you like it or not. Start by creating an effective action plan that includes a deadline for achieving your goal. Additionally, this plan should be structured around milestones that break down your goal into manageable parts. Using the teachings of Marcus Aurelius will ensure that you are progressing toward the desired outcome in small increments of time. This strategy puts you in control. It provides a sense of mastery over the tasks and projects you are undertaking. Ultimately, what you seek to avoid is succumbing to the feeling of overwhelm. A too heavy burden can quickly lead to procrastination, and procrastination in turn can lead to stagnation. And of course, where there is stagnation, self-discipline cannot flourish. Number 3, be present every day. You must build your life step by step and rejoice in every achievement as much as possible. And no one can stop that. Even after establishing a solid purpose and a practical plan, most of us fail to achieve our goals. We often fail due to a lack of consistency. It is necessary to show up every day and commit to the work. The simple act of showing up and dedicating yourself to your vocation has a positive impact on mental resilience. It develops your focus and embraces the challenging process required to achieve something meaningful. You need to invest countless hours of work before you start reaping any benefits. Self-discipline involves cultivating the habit of consistency, finding the motivation to do something repeatedly until it becomes second nature and starting to see results. So, even if an occasional failure occurs, like not exercising when you should, it doesn't define who you are. It shapes your discipline and willpower and your ability to persevere. Failure doesn't define who you are. Your ability to persist is what forges your discipline and resilience to move forward. A bad day doesn't have to become a bad week, and a bad week doesn't have to become a bad year. Every morning when you wake up, remember that it's a new day, a new opportunity, and focus your attention on what lies ahead, which is life itself. By practicing voluntary challenges, we must discipline ourselves in small things, and then progress to more significant matters. If you have a headache, try not to complain. Avoid complaining every time you have an earache. I'm not suggesting that you can't express discontent, just don't do it excessively. Voluntary challenges are a way to develop our self-discipline. Facing voluntary difficulties means regularly testing ourselves and making life routinely uncomfortable in certain situations. This approach makes us more resilient for when we encounter real challenges. Voluntary challenges, like those mentioned, have an intrinsic connection to Stoic principles. By adopting practices such as taking cold showers, sleeping on the floor, and giving up unnecessary luxuries, you are incorporating the Stoic concept of self-discipline and indifference to material comforts. The idea of donating clothes to charities also reflects the Stoic value of generosity and material detachment. By getting rid of excess, you practice accepting the transience of possessions and enrich your life through contribution to the common good. The temporary abstention from social media and distancing from the smartphone highlight the importance of control over your own actions and not depending on external stimuli. This aligns with the Stoic idea of internal focus and self-control. The central message here is that by adopting these challenges, you strengthen your resilience, cultivating Stoic virtues such as courage, wisdom, and self-control. These practices provide a deeper understanding of the fleeting nature of external circumstances and promote self-reflection, crucial on the path of Stoicism. Practice the principle of the dichotomy of control. You have power over your mind, not over external events. Recognize this, and you will find strength. Feeling distressed and disturbed by small things immediately harms discipline. Having a goal and working on it, but then having thoughts and concerns related to something external, something beyond your control, disturbs you. Applying Epictetus's principle of the dichotomy of control is crucial in these challenging situations. By clearly recognizing what is under your control and what is beyond, you create a solid foundation for inner serenity. When faced with challenges, remembering to ask yourself if the problem is within or outside your control can be an effective way to maintain a Stoic perspective. If the situation is beyond your control, accepting it with serenity is the response. If there is something you can do about it, directing your energies toward constructive action is the Stoic approach. The emphasis on non-worry, especially divided into categories of existing or non-existing problems, reflects the Stoic attitude of emotional detachment and the understanding that excessive worry about the inevitable is fruitless. This is aligned with the principle of living in accordance with nature, accepting circumstances, and acting in accordance with virtue. The mention of victimhood highlights the importance of taking responsibility for your own actions and reactions. By adopting a non-victim mentality, you strengthen your character and avoid being consumed by feelings of helplessness. In summary, the Stoic approach offers a solid guide to facing challenges, promoting serenity, authenticity, and personal responsibility. Never assume the role of a victim. Do your job without complaining. Have you ever uttered any of the following statements? I was born in these circumstances. I never had the opportunity to learn something different. My parents set a terrible example. Everyone acts this way. What are these? These are excuses that people use to justify and stay as they are, instead of making an effort to improve. You must take responsibility. The victim mentality is the adversary of mental resilience. You may not be at fault, but the course of your life depends on your ability to identify what is under your control and act with your own hands. It depends on your ability to discern what is under your control and act with your own hands. It is essential to train your mind to approach situations in this way. Instead of automatically resorting to self-pity, it is undoubtedly easier to blame others when something goes wrong. However, only those with a considerable degree of mental fortitude can move forward even when the fault is not theirs, and fix things. Those who take the initiative to act, not those who look away and point fingers. When you victimize yourself or blame your current situation, you relinquish control and absolve yourself of personal responsibility. And without a sense of ownership, significant progress becomes an impossible task. Practice delayed gratification. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "So you were born to feel good, instead of doing things and experiencing them." Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, the spiders and the bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order in the best way possible, and you are not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you rushing to do what your nature demands? Delayed gratification implies the ability to wait to fulfill your desires. Imagine a situation at a Christmas party when you encounter plates full of delicious and tempting food while trying to lose weight. If you give in and fill your plate with calorie-laden snacks, it may harm your diet, but you will have instant satisfaction. If you manage to resist and spend the night eating salads and nibbling on carrots, you will likely have an even greater reward in the future, losing those unwanted pounds and fitting into your favorite jeans. This ability to resist temptation and stay focused on our goals is often called self-discipline, and delaying gratification is often seen as a central part of this behavior. We postpone what we want now so that we can achieve something different, something better later. Ignore those who say no. When someone blames you, hates you, or expresses similar criticisms, look at their souls and see what kind of people they are. The suggested approach of disregarding those who say no strongly resonates with Stoic philosophy, especially regarding indifference to external opinions. By applying this perspective, you are aligning with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is under your control, which is the decision itself to give importance or not to others' opinions. By stepping out of the norm and asserting your belief in a special purpose in life, you are expressing a form of self-affirmation that may attract criticism from those who resist progress or fear change. This resistance, as mentioned, can be counterproductive to your self-discipline. Comparing getting upset over the opinion of someone you don't know or respect to the weather highlights the futility of this concern. This view aligns with the Stoic idea of discerning where to invest your emotional energy, reserving it for issues that truly matter and are under your control. By disregarding negative voices and focusing on your purpose, you practice Stoic resilience and reinforce the importance of authenticity and self-discipline. Ultimately, by adopting this mindset, you free yourself from the unnecessary influence of harmful opinions, promoting greater inner peace and focus on your goals. Do not surrender your peace to strangers who can disturb it as they please. You must actively seek honest feedback from those you respect. But if someone consistently has a history of being negative, ignore them. The quest for wise and virtuous role models to inspire you is a wise approach, aligned with Stoic principles of constant learning and personal improvement. By choosing to associate with people who possess the desired qualities and achievements, you are, in a way, applying the Stoic concept of living in accordance with exemplary virtues. The suggestion to seek guidance to strengthen self-discipline, especially from friends, family, or colleagues who have already achieved the goals you seek, is in harmony with the Stoic idea of learning from others' experiences. This not only accelerates your own progress, but also contributes to a deeper understanding of the practices and mindsets necessary to cultivate self-discipline. The suggested questions, such as identifying who is currently achieving or has successfully achieved what you are seeking, reflect the Stoic approach of observation and learning through example. By dedicating time to question these individuals about their strategies and habits, you are tapping into practical wisdom that can be applied in your own journey. The emphasis on implementing specific actions highlights the practical importance of taking concrete steps to develop self-discipline. This approach resonates with Stoic thinking of translating knowledge into action. In summary, by seeking inspiration from wise role models, learning from their experiences, and applying their practices in daily life, you are following a solid path to cultivate self-discipline as advocated by Stoic philosophy. The practice of honest self-evaluation at the end of the day, as described, aligns with Stoic principles of self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. This reflective exercise is a powerful tool for personal development, especially when it comes to strengthening discipline and self-control. The approach of identifying weaknesses and being extremely honest with oneself underscores the importance of authenticity in the pursuit of personal improvement. This type of self-examination is essential to recognize areas that need improvement and create strategies to overcome challenges. The suggested questions, such as assessing where discipline and self-control were tested, identifying mistakes, and seeking ways to improve, are Stoic practices that promote continuous learning. The pursuit of improvements and the formulation of constructive responses are crucial for personal growth. The emphasis on not blaming oneself, following the example of Seneca in practicing self-forgiveness and self-compassion, aligns with the Stoic understanding of human nature. This attitude not only avoids procrastination, but also contributes to a healthier mental state, allowing you to learn from your mistakes without getting lost in harmful self-criticism. The practice of recognizing what has been done well and expressing gratitude for positive things highlights the importance of positive acknowledgement, encouraging desirable behaviors. This approach is in line with Stoic philosophy of focusing on what is under your control and cultivating a mindset of gratitude. In summary, the proposed nightly assessment is a valuable tool for enhancing discipline, promoting self-awareness, continuous learning, and self-compassion, fundamental principles in Stoic philosophy. We have reached the end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if this content has enriched your life. See you in the next video.